Imagine an invisible Amazon store, buried so deep in the darkest corners of the internet that regular search engines like Google couldn't even see it. This was the Silk Road, a massive online marketplace that ultimately moved over $1 billion in illegal drugs and illicit goods. The mastermind behind this operation called himself the Dread Pirate Roberts, borrowing the title from a movie where the name is passed from person to person. He was completely confident that no one could ever find him, and for a long time, he was right. His first layer of protection was the Tor network. Tor is a specialized routing tool that hides your physical location. It bounces your connection through dozens of random computers around the world, like peeling back the layers of an onion, making it virtually impossible to trace a user's IP address. The second layer was Bitcoin. Because traditional banks would instantly flag illegal transactions, the Silk Road required a decentralized digital money. Buyers and sellers used Bitcoin because it operates completely outside the banking system, hiding the paper trail. Early on, law enforcement hit a wall. Agents from Homeland Security and the DEA were successfully intercepting physical packages of drugs in the mail and arresting low-level buyers. But taking out individual packages did absolutely nothing to uncover the boss hiding behind the servers. Traditional physical raids and mail intercepts were useless against a ghost. To shut down the site, multiple agencies realized they had to drop the old playbook and invent an entirely new kind of digital manhunt. The strategy shifted when the FBI cyber team out of New York took a different approach. Instead of chasing the users, they started hunting for microscopic flaws in the website's underlying code. In 2013, they found a tiny crack. The site's administrators made a climb error. Occasionally, if a user typed in a wrong password or interacted with the site in a specific way, the encryption slipped up and accidentally broadcast the site's true IP address onto the open internet. Agents instantly grabbed that IP and traced it to a physical data center in Iceland. They quietly flew overseas and made an exact copy of the entire server's data. They didn't shut it down, they just copied the files, leaving the Dread Pirate Roberts completely unaware. The FBI now held the architectural blueprint of the entire Silk Road operation. They could see the accounts, the database structure, and the exact login usernames, but they still didn't have a physical name or a location for the boss. While the FBI mapped the tech, Homeland Security decided to attack the human element. The only way to understand how the boss operated was to get inside his inner circle. DHS agent der-yeghiayan managed to seize an account and go undercover as a site moderator named Cirrus. Operating from the inside, he chatted directly with the Dread Pirate Roberts, gaining his trust and quietly monitoring his daily habits and online schedules. Meanwhile, an IRS agent named Gary Alford was following a different theory. He knew that for any business to grow, even an illegal one, the founder had to promote it somewhere on the regular internet when it first launched. Alford used advanced Google search parameters to dig through thousands of archived web posts from early 2011. He found a lead on an old forum discussing magic mushrooms, where a user named Altoid was heavily promoting the new marketplace. Later, that same user, Altoid, posted on a programming forum asking for help writing code to connect to the Tor network. At the bottom of that post, he made a critical mistake. He asked people to email him the answer and included his real personal address, rossalbrecht@gmail.com. Altoid quickly realized his error and changed his username on that forum to Frosty, but it was too late. Agents cross-referenced that specific name with the copied Icelandic server and found a perfect match. The master administrative login for the entire Silk Road was named Frosty. A single careless mistake on a public message board had just compromised a system designed to move over $1 billion in total anonymity. All the digital arrows suddenly pointed to a physical location, San Francisco. They belonged to Ross Ulbricht, a smart, young physics student who lived in a shared house and spent his free time playing drums. To his roommates, he was just a nice guy. The final operation required extreme precision. Ross had designed his laptop to delete all evidence the moment the lid was closed. Agents couldn't just arrest him on the street. They needed his hands on the keyboard, with the computer open, logged in as the boss. On October 1st, 2013, Ross sat at a table in the science fiction section of the Glen Park Public Library. As he worked, undercover FBI agents positioned themselves around the room, waiting for the DHS agent, currently chatting with him online, to confirm that the Dread Pirate Roberts was active. To break his focus, 2 undercover agents staged a loud, distracting argument right behind him. The moment Ross turned his head to see the commotion, a 3rd agent lunged forward and slid the open laptop completely away from his hands. In that fraction of a second, with his fingers separated from the keys, the untouchable digital Kingpin was caught in the act. The captured laptop contained the totality of the investigation's missing links: millions of dollars in Bitcoin wallets, administrative chat logs, and Ross's own personal diaries that detailed every aspect of his criminal enterprise. In 2015, his defense team tried to argue someone else took over the site, but perfectly matching digital breadcrumbs crushed their argument. The jury took only a few hours to convict him on all counts, resulting in a sentence of life without parole. He was undone by basic operational security failures. He used the same laptop for his personal life and his secret network. He logged in from public cafe Wi-Fi. He leaked his own IP addresses through sloppy code, and he used a personal email address to ask coding questions on a public forum. The fall of the Silk Road proves that complete digital invisibility is a myth. No matter how advanced the encryption, the internet never forgets, and human error will always leave a trail.